Hey everyone. I wanted to talk today a bit about, everyone is getting ramped up to go back to school. Some of our kids have already been back for a week or two or more, and some of us are going to be heading back soon. My daughter starts right after Labor Day. And I've been seeing a lot of hot topics on, returning to school and kids, and just kind of it's on everybody's mind, obviously, as we head back into the school year. And I thought I would talk about an idea related to both fitness and sort of mental health stuff related to your kids. So my thought was sort of our children emulate what we do, right? And so if they see us behaving in a way that says that our health and nutrition, fitness is really important to us, then they learn that idea themselves and they are more likely to emulate and do those same things. And so I think it's really important to keep that in mind when you're making decisions about your health and about the things that are important to you is behaving in a way that is congruent, right? So if we ask our children to eat healthy foods at dinner, we probably need to be eating healthy foods at dinner. If we say that they need to be doing things in gym class or to take care of their bodies, their fitness, and maybe join a sport or do something, if they don't see us doing those things, right? If my hobby is sitting on the couch and watching TV and I'm not engaged and I'm not doing anything to physically engage my person and doing something, I don't care what it is, hiking, biking, running, doing something at a gym, taking classes, whatever it might be, my message and my behavior don't match up, right? And there's nothing more confusing to children than when we do something where our messages don't match up. And I think we've experienced adults that do this, right? I have been guilty of this same thing I'm talking about. I mean, I think all of us have been at some points is, we say one thing and maybe do another. And it's really super important for children because they're always, always, always watching us. I should have started my video by saying I've been practicing in clinical social work for I think 14 years now. It's been a really long time. I kind of forget. And so I talk about these subjects in my office all the time and how important it is. I specialize in treating teenagers. I've done that my whole career. And so there's a lot of conversation I have about this idea of congruency and that we want to do things in a way that we say one thing and we do the same thing. It's very, very important for us and is particularly important for our children. So we want to do things where they see us acting in a way that we say is something that we value. So it's not easy. I'm not saying that I live my life every single day this way. I do try to emulate the idea of taking care of myself physically. I eat well. My daughter will say, "Oh, I make cupcakes, Mom, but I know that you don't eat a lot of sugar. Do you want one of these?" So she is hearing the messages about what I'm doing and has said things like, Mom, I hope someday when I get to be an adult, I'm as fit as you are. And I am excited when I hear her language like that rather than, Mom, you're so skinny, okay? You don't eat sugar because you're on a diet. Ugh. Even I have had to catch her a couple times and say, no, this isn't a diet that I'm doing. This is a lifestyle. This is a choice that I'm making every single day to live my life differently and to be more healthy. So it's just some things to think about. Those are examples. Again, I'm not saying I'm perfect because I'm so not. It's something I'm constantly having to work on. Am I sending the message that I'm saying is important by doing it? And so as you send your kids back to school, right, as we're all ramping our kids up, one of my favorite authors, his name is Hal Runkel, and he wrote a book called Screen-Free Parenting. And he is hilarious. And he talks about parenting tools and stuff like that. It's a long story, not for this video, but I absolutely love him. Check him out. I'm doing him a free video right now. But he talks a lot about the idea of, again, it's sort of, we need to keep our cool. We need to do what we say to our children, right? So if I lose my mind, but if I'm screaming at you saying, stop yelling at me, right? The message is very confusing, right? And so we want to head back into the school year on the right foot. And so he joked at one point in his book, and it was one of my favorite stories, was you probably wouldn't pack up your kid a brown bag with a grody old donut and a half thermos of cold coffee for the day, but you would do that for you, right? In a heartbeat. We would treat our children in some ways with more respect and care than we would ourselves. We would dismiss us and our needs. But what message does that send? And so I think you're getting what I'm saying is that's not the message I want to send. I want to send the message that my lunches almost routinely, I don't want to say every day because that's probably not exactly accurate, but it's darn close, she sees me pre-packaging salads with protein in them. I talk about protein. We talk about snacks, and my snacks are snap peas today and a thing of hummus. So my child, while she's not adopted all of these eating habits, are watching my husband and I live a lifestyle where we're saying that that's important by what we do. Okay. So when your children are going back to school, give them a boost. Give them a boost that they might need by seeing what you do. And I'm hearing a lot of parents, and I'm talking about what I do for fitness coaching, that say, you know what, I realized I want my kids to get this. I realize I want my children to see that I'm doing something that I think is very important, and maybe I'm not doing it yet. And we've all been there. And I love that. I love when parents get excited and make that connection about how important that is, and that your kids are going to be really excited by what they see you, what they see you doing, right? Not what they hear you say, what they see you do. And so you do your kids a huge justice by going out and making this an effort and making this a big deal in your world, and talking about it as a family, why we eat, what we do, and why is it important to go out and hike and be in nature. What do you get from that? What do you get from being physically fit? And so I just want to talk about that. It's a great time of year. I'm getting ramped up to do some of my groups again with people who are super excited, and we're talking about this naturally. And so I thought, if we're already talking about this, I'm going to make a video and talk about it with everybody. I think it's super important. So if you have any questions, obviously post them below. Anytime you have questions, you're free to ask them. But I just wanted to share some thoughts as we head back into this school year, and, encourage and empower parents to be the best role models that you can be. And if you're thinking that maybe this is an area that you want to work on, by all means, every single little thing you do makes a big difference. So if you start drinking more water, your kids see that and talk about it. If you stop eating as much sugar, tell your kids about that. Why are you doing that? You're not drinking pop anymore? How come you're not doing, why are you not having pop around the house anymore? Why are there no Cheetos in my house anymore? Because it's not good for us. Because I want to respect my body, I get one chance, right? You have every single day, every time we have an interaction with our kids, we have a choice. And it's an opportunity to change something about the way that they see the world and the way that they will make decisions for the rest of their lives. So awesome. So I'm sending you off, powered up as parents to make these decisions and to help your kids make really good choices. And you're doing it all the time anyway, every single minute of every day. Most parents are working really hard to make sure that their kids are getting great messages and having every opportunity that they can have, right? This is just one more layer. So if you're doing it, kudos to you. If you're not, and you're thinking about it and you're wondering about it, I want you to embrace that idea and make small changes as much as you can, or make a big one, make a big leap, and start doing an activity even as a family and encourage your kids to participate in that. I've got a niece right now who's killing it at this. Got her kids up doing programs with her in the morning when she's working out. She's changing their diet. She's encouraging them to try all kinds of new foods. It's so awesome to see that, and she is forever changing them. And so that's inspiring to me when I see people trying to role model that for their kids. So this is a long one. Some of you may not make it all the way through this video, but if you do, I appreciate you sticking it out with me, and let me know. Like I said, questions, thoughts, anything you want to share, I'm open to your feedback, and you can post anything below. So get out there, and at the school year start here, let's do it right, and let's do something extra for our kids, maybe if we're not doing it, and ramp up what we are doing, and get them physically fit right along with us. So have a great day, everybody. We'll talk soon.